Okay.
Yeah, we did it.
We did great. Casey.
Yes.
What were all the great things I said to the Patreon people that you want me to repeat now? Like, they just happened for the first time.
I can't remember.
Okay. Casey.
Yes.
You remember that time when we were listing famous philosophers and you listed a T? Like you...
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Casey.
Yes.
What do you think about this film?
Cat hair?
Yeah. Oh, always.
I had a great time watching this film.
Yeah.
It's weird being like, that film was hilariously artsy, and so it wasn't that great for that reason, but also I had a really good time watching it.
You know what it was? It was because it was a mere 80 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was super tolerable because it was 80 minutes.
Any longer and it would have been...
Can I just tell you, it seemed like an hour and a half? Wait.
It seemed like an extra 10 minutes. The Addiction feels like an extra 10 minutes.
Theme song.
The Addiction. Not about tea of any kind.
Not about puer, the new philosopher that they've just discovered.
What kind of tea is that?
Puer, so just so everybody knows, Sarah Marie was naming philosophers, and old philosophers have long romantic sounding names. And
Kierkegaard.
Yeah, like that. Kierkegaard. And I was really trying really hard to think one, and the only name I could think of that sounded similar to what she was saying was puer. And then I had to think about it for a minute and realized that was tea.
It's a tea.
It's not a philosopher.
But what kind of tea is it? I've never heard of this tea.
Puer?
Is it like Peccio?
I don't know what tea that is.
Pecco? Orange? Peccio?
No, it's a very earthy, fermented brown tea. It's very healthy for you.
Ugh. It's like the kombucha of tea.
It's like the kombucha of tea. It's an acquired taste. It'll taste like you're drinking dirt, but you'll like it.
I do like the taste of dirt.
You'll love puer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Bring me some. Okay. Wait, is it fermented? Is it alcoholic?
No, it's not alcoholic.
Okay. Because we just watched The Addiction, and I'm going to be real careful from now on.
About biting people?
Yeah. And doing heroin.
Yeah. The Addiction.
Don't bite people or do heroin.
Just say no.
Just say no. Just say no.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a better one in us. The Addiction.
Because black and white never gets old.
Like the filming style?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was sarcasm, though.
Okay, all right.
We can do better. We can do better.
All right, okay.
The Addiction.
The Addiction.
Somebody's college thesis.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Somebody's college thesis. Casey, I also have to make a promise to myself not to reiterate everything you say.
Well, I do that to you, too. You'll say something and I'll totally repeat it.
Really?
Verbatim. Yeah.
I feel like you don't at all.
I do.
I feel like...
when I edit Movie Worthy Woman, you say things and I'm like, I say the exact same thing.
Yeah, but you're the face on the camera.
It doesn't matter. I still like... I do it here, too.
Okay.
Yeah. We just repeat each other
we
over and
really
over.
do. We just do.
It's okay.
Theme song?
Theme? Yeah.
Theme song. Hello, it's me, Sarah Marie, and I am a sucker for a good vampire film.
And I am Casey, and I am just a sucker.
But for reals, Casey writes and studies scripts and produces and acts in films. Oh! I should tell you.
Okay.
I figured out what the awoo means.
Oh, great. What does it... Why are we howling after I say I'm just a sucker?
Because there's a famous quote in Dracula where the wolves are awooing, and Dracula says, the children of the night, what music they make. So we're just being children of the night.
Oh, great.
Making music. And I wrote it that way on purpose.
Sure.
From the very beginning.
Now it makes so much more sense.
But for reals, Casey writes and studies scripts and produces and acts in films, and I think that she's a damn genius. A genius.
Yeah, and I love Sarah Marie with my whole heart. And I know I'm supposed to say that she just loves vampires, but she's a goddamn fucking doctor of vampires. She has a PhD in vampirism.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know, you can actually probably get that somewhere.
I'm surprised you don't have it already.
I would like it. I'm gonna
Look that up later.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Her
Google
vampire
that.
dick is huge.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
That's why she's filled with cum.
Okay, if you want to know the story behind that comment, you gotta join the Patreon. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we have to finish this opener.
Uh-huh.
And together we are Little Renegade Films, a production house that creates podcasts and web series and other sweet treats.
And this is Bloodsuckers, a podcast where we endeavor to watch every vampire film that we can get our fangs into.
And as super fans and filmmakers, we'll be pumping you full of our own special brand of
personal!
I'm so sorry. It's going to be hard to deprogram that.
I know.
And as super fans and filmmakers, we will be pumping you full of our own personal brand of heroin, i.e. commentary and opinions and stuff.
So suck it up and listen in. Everything's a musical.
I love it.
Thank you.
I'm here for it.
Tonight, we sink our teeth into 1995's The Addiction. But first, Messy Mouse. You know when you try to eat a nice clean meal and you put down newspaper, but then you end up spraying blood everywhere and you can just never make it look like you ate a clean meal to save your life? Yeah, sometimes our mouths get messy too. We mess up all over the place. So this is last week's disgusting accidents. Casey, anything disgusting happen?
What did we watch?
We Are the Night. German.
No, and I have no disgusting accidents.
Yeah.
I am strong. I am beautiful. Lady Gaga.
I am also powerful and beautiful and without regret.
Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll get it right.
I'm on the edge, the edge,
The edge,
the edge,
the edge, the edge, the edge. I'm on the edge
of glory.
and I'm hanging on a moment with you.
You know, I never know that part. In fact,
Oh, really?
Brian and I have historically, if it gets stuck in our head, just walk around the apartment on an endless loop going the edge, 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 the edge. I'm on the edge, the edge. It's never ending.
Glad I've never been over for that.
Yeah.
Well, I could get you right back. I could break that loop for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I know the words.
Fair enough. Because you love Lady Gaga.
I love Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Okay, tonight we drink deeply of the film The Addiction from 1995. I forgot to look it up. I always forget to look it up. Apple TV.
I'm going to insert my glasses on my face so I can see the screen. And because I think they'll solve dyslexia, but they never do.
We'll see if we got it.
This is so artsy fartsy. I'll be surprised if there's anything on the internet about it.
Right?
No.
Oh, Shudder. Duh.
Philosophy student Kathleen is dragged into an alleyway on her way home from class by a Casanova and bitten on the neck. She quickly falls ill but realizes this isn't any ordinary disease when she develops an aversion to daylight and a thirst for human blood. From Abel Ferreira, an independent vampire essential.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
What do you think? Do you think that description is a good description?
Yeah,
Yeah!
that's pretty much the movie.
Okay. What do we talk about now? Hold on. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. I'm taking it off the grid. Garlic press!
Yeah! I was, during the movie, trying to think of what the point of no return, what the want was that she had.
To finish that thesis, man. This story was weak sauce.
The story was real weak sauce because she didn't have,
All we
there
saw...
was no point at which she received that want in the beginning.
Yeah. All we
to
saw
trigger the story.
was New York grad students watches very depressing genocide
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
content, and then walks with her friend, and then gets attacked in an alley, and then we never established that she had a want or a need or a desire.
No.
She was just like, do.
She didn't really change over the course of the film.
I mean, I suppose she wanted to not get assaulted.
I mean, she went full vampire. And did she not want to, though? Because they're okay, nobody knows what we're talking about right now.
Okay, all right, okay.
Gosh. So,
there's this college grad student. She gets attacked in an alley.
She doesn't get attacked in an alley. This is my first question.
I don't know. She gets attacked in an alley, but it was whisper quiet. The sound design was rough.
Yeah, the sound design on this film was shite.
Because Casanova, played by Annabella Sciorra, Casanova pulled her into an alley and then said, tell me you don't want me to do this. Tell me you want me to stop. Tell me you don't want me to do this. And all our Kathleen Conklin student said, played by Lily Taylor,
was please.
Please don't. Please don't.
Not even don't, just please.
And maybe some like shaking
That's
of the
why
head.
I was confused, because I was like, maybe she knows this woman is a vampire and she wants to be a vampire. Here's the thing. They're meeting in the beginning. Kathleen crosses the street. There's a woman dressed nicely. Like, she stands out because she's elegant in the middle of downtown New York.
She's like a 1998 prom dress wearer, like spaghetti strap, black silk maybe, because the film's in black and white.
We don't know.
With a scarf, that pixie haircut that was all the rage.
And eyeshadow out the wazoo.
Just
Yep. Anyways, you're like, oh, that's the vampire. So Kathleen crosses the street. This woman is behind her. The vampire is behind her. And Kathleen is walking. And the woman starts to follow her. And Kathleen stops. And your first thought is, oh, she knows she's being followed. And she's going to say something. But then she doesn't turn around. The woman just walks up behind her as if they know. And they proceed to have a conversation as if they know each other. And then the woman's like, I forget what she says, but she's like, I'm going to show you something. And which makes me think they know each other still. And then they end up in this weird stairwell alleyway that nobody ever really wants to be in.
that smells like pee.
Then they proceed to have the conversation that Sarah Marie talked about, where she's like, tell me you don't want this. And Kathleen is just like, please. And I couldn't tell if she was saying please as in begging for her life, or saying please as in please turn me.
Yeah, see, for me, I just read it as I'm so scared I can't talk, but it was bad scripting in my...
Well, here's the reason that also doesn't work, is because that woman wasn't scary enough.
Yeah, and the camera was out of focus. Do you remember the camera was out of focus?
That camera was out of focus.
The camera was, because they were doing a light effect with the black and white, because the film was all done in black and white, they were doing a lighting effect with like this, it felt like they were filming through a chain link fence or like a grill to show that it was kind of a subterranean alley. And they were using the wrong lens. Like, whatever lens is good for close-up detail on face, they had the medium lens on instead and just zoomed to make it fuzzy. I really sound like I know what I'm talking about.
You really do. You're killing it.
Thank you. But so that was fuzzy, so that was distracting. And then she wasn't threatening. When a weird lady in a spaghetti strap dress pulls you into an alley,
It says, tell me you don't want this.
the script, there's got...
My answer would be like, let's go. What are you? Okay.
Right?
I don't want this.
And she slaps Lily Taylor on the face.
Yeah, it's some bad stunt moves, and she slaps her, but the slap isn't terrifying. It's just like, oh, it's a mighty girl slap.
I feel like there was some talking on set about what the moment was that didn't translate into the actual storytelling of the moment, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways, she gets bitten. And then Kathleen basically goes through the film going through the process of being turned and being a vampire, and then having a huge need for blood, and so just biting everybody, and basically turning an entire university. Like, if the movie continued as it had been, the entire city would have been turned into vampires. So it went from having one vampire to having by the end, just like everybody's a vampire eating all the humans.
That's
it was very
fucking
Sunnydale.
Yeah, it was very also zombie math, right?
Yeah.
One zombie bites two, and then two bite four, and there's a mathematical formula of some kind about the. I'm just making hand movements, and you're supposed to interpret what my hand movements mean as
lots of more vampires is what her hand movements mean.
math.
And then it ends in her like having this party because she got her doctorate, her thesis was approved, and in the party all of the people that she's turned over the film are all there, and at some point they all start eating and feasting on the people that aren't vampires.
And it's a bloody massacre.
And then she tries to kill herself, but the Casanova shows up and says, "You can't do that."
Well, she first wanders around covered in blood, and it looks like she either has a tummy ache or she has binge eating regret. You know what I mean?
She has a food baby.
Yeah, she's got a food baby she feels sad about, and then she wakes up in the hospital, and then she tells the nurse to open the blinds
so that the sun will kill her.
Uh-huh.
And she starts getting very uncomfortable, but then the Casanova shows up and closes them and is like, "You don't get to do that."
Yeah.
Who knows why.
Yeah.
And that's basically...
And then the priest comes and blesses her, and then we see her tombstone, and she's walking away from her tombstone.
Yeah.
That intercut, don't forget, to intercut the whole film with because she's working on her thesis, and they're talking about relative moralism, and they're also talking about basically good and evil and what that means.
Is all the philosophy talk in the film, is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, this was so pretentious and highbrow that I didn't understand. Sentences were coming out of people's mouths, and it wasn't written in a way that allowed me to go along that journey with them. They were legit taking philosophy lines right out of a college textbook and using big fucking words. And I'm a smart person, but their words were too big, and they were next to each other, okay? There was big words next to each other, and they would say sentences, and I'd be like, "That sounds like the English language, but I have no idea what they just said."
For example, I'm just going to read you one thing of trivia real quick. Kathleen plays on Descartes' famous cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am, by saying dedita ergo sum, I do what I'm addicted to doing, therefore I am. And pecco ergo sum, I sin, therefore I am, was the whole philosophy underneath this film. Well, the philosophical debate that she was having while she was getting her philosophy doctorate and writing her philosophy thesis during this film. And it had a ton of voiceover of Kathleen.
But I think her sentences were even worse than that. What is that one about medicine? She was like, "Medicine is an omnipresent source field."
Oh.
What was it though?
That's some Star Trek level shit.
I know, but it's really about God.
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Because I think my phone's in the living room.